Hi, I'm noobyderparts, a traditional/digital self-taught artist with 3.5 years of experience. And in today's video, I'm going to show you the things I wish I knew before starting to draw, and how you can apply these tips in your journey as an artist too. So let's get started. Most art can be simplified down into 3D shapes like this or this. Unless you're an abstract artist, thinking in 3D can help you understand every aspect of art: anatomy, light, and perspective, obviously. You can practice this by drawing cubes. Drawing cubes is the best way to practice thinking in 3D, by getting your reference of cube drawings on Pinterest and just drawing away. Also, I see many beginners learning anatomy then perspective. Although you can do whatever you want in art, I wouldn't really recommend doing this. Here are some old drawings when I was trying to learn anatomy without knowing perspective when I was 11. As you can see, it's pretty flat compared to my anatomy drawings now. To be fair, I was 11, so I didn't really know what I was doing, but you can still see that my drawings could have been better if I had learned perspective, which is why you should practice perspective first. Okay, yeah, that's a really long title, but I think this is very important. Comparing your art with artists like you like and trying to be honest with yourself is really important for art improvement. Ask yourself questions like, does my art look like the art I want it to be? If not, what can I do to fix it? Try studying these artists and finding out their techniques and how they are so good while still practicing fundamentals. Also remember that it's okay to see other artists progressing faster than you or more talented than you at a younger age. The best thing to do is just realize you don't really know their story. You don't really know how many hours they actually put into their art and how hard they grinded to become the best. It's inevitable that someone's gonna be better than you in art, so all you can really do is just focus on your art and try to get to their level by working hard every day. Which leads into my next tip. Okay, I know this is gonna sound obvious, but some people don't do this. In fact, I used to not draw every day until I locked in with myself. I would recommend practicing at least 30 minutes to 1 hour a day of good solid practice of whatever you're focused on by drawing. When I mean solid practice, I mean observing whatever reference you are using for what you are drawing. By the way, always use references when you're practicing. It means observing the reference and recognizing every minute detail of the reference you're studying from. Challenge yourself to do that for 30 days, then once you have done that, try increasing the time to 45 minutes every day. Then do that for another 30 days, then get to 1 hour every day. So increment the amount of practice you do per 30 days. Try like progressive overload, if you know what that is. Progression is not linear, so don't be sad if you aren't good on some days. If you aren't good that day, try to find out why or what thing you're doing that is making it hard that day. Maybe it's just that you haven't drawn that thing before, or maybe it's just that you're tired and need to go to sleep. Whatever it is, try fixing it. If you want to improve, you need to put the hard work in and be disciplined, and put the work in even though you don't want to. Now for some people, discipline may seem hard, but trust me, it's not really that hard. Try thinking of using chunks of time to draw. Try doing 5 minutes of solid practice. Once you're able to get those 5 minutes done, you should be motivated to do another 5 minutes. Or you could say to yourself, if this works for you, if I don't draw another 5 minutes, I have to do 100 push-ups or something that displeasures you in doing. That doesn't hurt you. Yeah. Which could also work. Self-discipline is one of those things which are really important. Not only in drawing, but in life in general. But yeah, be disciplined. Instead of thinking, man, I'm so bad at drawing, I can't draw this. Think this, I can't draw this yet, but I am still learning and will get better over time if I put the work in and keep learning more and more. think this and remember that it's important to have a good mindset in order to improve. If you think to yourself, I'm so bad at drawing I could never improve, then of course you're not going to improve. If you have a bad mindset, not only will it be bad for your drawing progress, but it will also be bad for you as a person. You won't be able to get to anything in life with a bad mindset like that. It's almost as if you're like killing your own potential, as if like self-sabotage or like wasted potential. So yeah, have a good mindset and you'll kind of get to anywhere in life, I guess. Yeah. Okay, this may be specific to certain people, but if you're not seeing improvement in your art and you're not using references, use references. I think there's no reason to further broaden this topic since this has already been perpetuated a numerous amount of times by the art community. What I really want to focus on is the second point, and going back to fundamentals when you have the self-realization that your art is, well, not the greatest. While your art's probably not bad, your eyes have probably further widened their scope of artistic intelligence, I guess you could say. What I'm saying is that your eyes have gotten better at spotting errors in your art, and most of the time these errors either come from a lack of fundamentals or a lack of understanding and practice. So don't be sad if you think that your art looks bad one day. That means that you're improving your artistic eyes to see errors in your art. All you gotta do is now work on making it look good through good practice and going back to the basics if you have to. I have a little story on how I improved my art from this to this in 3 months. So it was summer of 2024 and I was inconsistent with the amount I drew every day. I started to compare my art to the art I wanted to make and realized that I needed to try harder and study fundamentals if I wanted to get to that level. So what I did was I practiced for the remaining time of my summer break for 8 hours every day. Then once summer was over, I made myself practice every day for 1 hour and on weekends 4 hours. That's how I improved my art from the art then to the art I had today. This is the best tip to take away from this video. To enjoy the journey, even through the hardships, even through not understanding that one Sam Does Arts tutorial, even through all the adversities that face you. Enjoy the journey and keep drawing. If you enjoy drawing, then keep drawing. Don't be demotivated by external factors like AI or peer pressure. Draw for yourself. The thing about AI is that, well, people are still gonna make art of all types, even with AI. Why? Well, the answer is they make art to make art. They do it to feel good about themselves, not for other people's validation or other factors. They do it for themselves. In fact, learning to do stuff for yourself will help you live a life you enjoy. Don't be pressured into conforming to other people's ideals of you, but still keep in mind the opinions of others and try to use them to better you as a person. Basically, take criticism about you and try to see if it's a factor that you need to change about yourself, or the criticism stems from the other person's insecurities. Okay, I kinda went off track again, but just make art even though people discourage you or you feel demotivated to. Yeah. Anyways, that's gonna be all for this video. Like, comment, subscribe, share, blah, blah. Click notifications, yeah, so that you get notified on my next video. And yeah, bye bye. Come on, end the recording. How do I? Oh shoot. Okay, actually, bye bye guys. Bye.